Hi, and welcome to my 7-week update on the carnivore diet. Well, it's been a week. Considering everything, I actually didn't do too bad. I have a lot of stress going on in life right now. One of our cats died. It was a very sad, unfortunate accident. Hit by a car. So it's been a rough week. so, um, yeah, but I stayed the course, didn't stray, but I did experiment a little more with dairy, and so we'll get into the foods I eat. I'm still eating my roasts, my chuck roasts, my I made up some steaks. I added some garlic to my steak, which was a mistake that caused a lot of reflux. And let's see, doing okay with eggs. Still okay with bacon. Try to stay away from it at first, but I really like my bacon, so I'm not gonna cut that out just yet. Still itch when I have cheese, so I was like, I'm gonna try a little bit more stronger dairy, if you will, and made me realize that all dairy needs to go for now. And some people need to stay away from dairy for a while, and then they can go back to it and have no issues. So I'm gonna just kind of hope for the best here. Probably have to stay off of it, maybe try it like once a month and see where I'm at. But I got myself some raw milk here in California where I'm working. I'm a travel nurse, so I went and got myself a container of raw milk and took like maybe about 3 good swigs of it. I was moving into my new apartment, so I only had 2 days off. I was working 60 hours last week. Again, lots of stress going on, but anyway, I took these couple sips, and within a few hours, broke out in hives on my left foot and was itching all over. So there you go. Now, no more milk, no more dairy. I have to be very, very strict about this, and I was starting to miss coffee again, even though the last week I wasn't missing coffee. I was doing completely fine without coffee, and then this week I was craving it. And so I was thinking maybe I could just go back and have a little cream. Now I'm going to have to just nix-a on that for now. Energy levels are doing really good. Symptoms-wise, I got some of my hip pain back, which was really odd. But it was only for like 2 nights. And this was like right after my last video. So about a week ago, maybe 5-6 days ago. It was like, it was really weird. It's both hips were hurting. And then I couldn't really correlate it to anything I ate. I really hadn't done anything different that I could think of. So I'm not really sure, but the rest of this week it's been fine. Energy, like I said, I've been doing well, working 60 hours a week, but I don't have the extra energy for exercise, which is unfortunate because I really want to exercise and I really feel the need to, and I just haven't had the time. My husband's coming in this week, so we're going to be doing our carnivore couple videos soon. He's going to start, and that's going to be exciting because for him, I know he really, like I said, he tried it last year and he just drank a lot of milk, and I just think he just never went into ketosis and never really got the full benefit of the this carnivore diet. And so I'm really hoping to help him, just because I got myself into a routine on my cooking, so that way I can do the cooking for him. He was just eating a lot of hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and milk. So I really want to open up, give him more fat. Every time he eats a steak, he cuts all the fat off, gives it to the dogs. I know, horrible thing, I know. But that's how he used to always eat a steak. And I used to always love the fat of my steak. So I used to tell him, I said, I think some of it's good for you. He's like, no. And so I got to really help him and understand, help him to understand, get him to watch some of the, like Dr. Baker's and all the other, wonderful videos that are out there from, multiple sources and people who really have a really good experience with this to help him to change and his mindset about fat and everything else. So, but anyway, so that's where I'm at. I am feeling better overall. I can't say there is like a light switch moment where like, aha, like everything's great now. No, I still feel some days like today, I just feel so tired. Like I need more sleep. And I've had days like that. And I just feel like I just need more healing time. And then there's days when I feel okay. So I don't know. It's hard to really pinpoint. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to head into work. I got to start here in about 10 minutes. I got to walk across the street. But anyway, the other thing too is my weight. So last week at my 6-week update, I had gained 0.2 pounds and I was okay with that. This week I have dropped 1.8 pounds. So I'm down to 192.9, so 193 pounds. And I think once I hit that 190 barrier, I think once I get into the 180s, I haven't seen the 180s in years. Like I've seen like 195, and then I'll creep back up into the 200s. Like I've dropped below 200 a few times over the last 10 years, but it's very short, doesn't stay and doesn't stick. So the 180s is going to be a big deal for me. The 200, going below 200 was a big deal as well, because I've only done it a few times. But the 180 I have not seen since 2013, 2014. So I'm very excited about that. So I'm staying the course if I gain or I plateau, whatever. But I, have to, like I said, incorporate that exercise. So anyway, I think that'll help me boost my weight loss. But hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will be here next week for my 8-week update, which will be 2 months on Carnivore.